Hello and welcome to the Commander's Quarters. I'm your host Mitch, glad to have you here. Here at the Commander's Quarters, we're all about Commander on a budget. Today we've got an episode of Break the Bank. On episodes like this, we're going to take one of our Commander's Quarters decks and up the budget to $100. Sometimes you just love a deck so much that you're willing to put a little more into it to get those upgrades. And these same rules are going to apply for our overall deck cost. So shipping will be included in the price, commanders at $10 or less are going to be included, and basic lands will not be included. Decks on this channel are built to be fun, inexpensive, and focused. If you want to learn more about what a focused commander deck is, check out this video here. On this deck tech, I'm going to take you through its strategy, the tactics, and how this deck wins. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. And while you're at it, subscribe and review our podcast as well. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCGplayer affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support. Today's Break the Bank comes to you courtesy of ZACK, a Golden Pig tier patron. ZACK has been supporting this channel for over a year now. I truly couldn't do this without amazing patrons like ZACK. So today we're going to break the bank for ZACK's deck tech on Firesong and Sunspeaker. If you haven't seen that episode yet, I highly recommend checking that out first. But if you've already seen it, then let's get into it. So let's get things started with what's in. With this upgraded budget, what cards are we bringing into the deck? First up, let's upgrade some of our mana ramp with Primal Amulet, Pyromancer's Goggles, and Gilded Lotus. Primal Amulet has instant sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, put a charge counter on Primal Amulet, then if there are 4 more charge counters on it, you may remove those counters and transform it. It transforms into Primal Wellspring, which we can tap to add 1 mana of any color to our mana pool, and when that mana is spent to cast an instant sorcery spell, we copy that spell and can choose new targets for the copy. So this card can either reduce the cost of all of our instants and sorceries, or it can help double them up. Both sides have a lot of value and are extremely effective in this deck. And then Pyromancer's Goggles is somewhat similar to Primal Wellspring. It's a legendary artifact that costs 5 and we can tap it for a red, and when that mana is spent to cast a red instant sorcery spell, we copy that spell and we can choose new targets for the copy. So this mana rock might not tap for a ton, but it can double up our damage spells. A mana rock that does tap for a lot is Gilded Lotus, which costs 5 and it can tap to add 3 mana of any one color. This is just a very efficiently costed mana rock that can really come in handy in this deck. Next up, let's upgrade some of our damage spells with Price of Progress, Blasphemous Act, and Star of Extinction. Price of Progress is going to deal damage to each player equal to twice the number of non-basic lands that player controls. The longer the game goes, the more likely this is to do even more damage, and it only costs us 2 mana. But Blasphemous Act can cost even less, even though it costs 8 in a red to start. It says this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield, and it's going to deal 13 damage to each creature. So for just 1 mana, we can wipe the board and gain an absurd amount of life. And then Star of Extinction costs a bit more at 5 red, but it's going to destroy target land and it deals 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Again, that's a crazy amount of damage and life that we're gaining. Next up, there's Torbrand, Thane of Red Fel, which says if a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. So this creature can really up the value of all of our damage spells. But a no-brainer for this deck is Aetherflux Reservoir, which says whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life for each spell you've cast this turn, and then pay 50 life. Aetherflux Reservoir deals 50 damage to our creature or player. So while this can gain us some life, that's not really its purpose in this deck. After just casting a few of our mass damage spells, we can easily get up to enough life to take out every single player with this. Even just by casting 1 Star of Extinction or Blasphemous Act can usually just do it. And then let's upgrade some of our protection spells with Boros Charm and Darksteel Plate. Boros Charm says choose 1, it deals 4 damage to target player, permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn, or target creature gains double strike until end of turn. The vast majority of the time we're going to use this to protect our permanents with that second mode. And then Darksteel Plate has indestructible and it gives equipped creature indestructible. This is an extremely valuable piece of equipment that can really protect our commander throughout the game. And with this upgraded budget, we're also going to upgrade some of our lands with Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, and Spine Rock Knoll. Command Tower can tap for both of our colors, and Exotic Orchard can do so most of the time. And then Spine Rock Knoll has Hideaway, so it enters the battlefield tapped, and when it does, we look at the top 4 cards of our library, we exile 1 of them face down, and we put the rest in the bottom of our library. It can tap for a red, or we can pay a red and tap it and play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if an opponent was dealt 7 or more damage this turn. That 7 damage is a very low threshold, especially for this deck. And finally, we're also going to be upgrading our lands with Myriad Landscape, Arch of Vraska, and Scavenger Grounds. Myriad Landscape comes into play tapped, and it taps for a color, so we can pay 2 and tap and sacrifice it to search our library for up to 2 basic land cards that share land type. We put them onto the battlefield tapped, then we shuffle our library. Arch of Vraska has Ascend, and we can tap it for a colorless, or we can pay 5 and tap it to draw a card if we have the City's Blessing. And then Scavenger Grounds we can tap for a colorless, so we can pay 2 and tap and sacrifice the desert to exile all cards from all graveyards. It's important to upgrade our mana base with an upgraded budget. It can help with consistency, it can also help with some utility cards that we need too. But since we're adding some cards in, we've got to take some out. First up, let's take out Boros Locket, which just isn't that efficient of a mana rock. With our upgraded mana ramp package, this can definitely be replaced. Speaking of which, we're also going to be taking out Urgolem's Eye, Sisay's Ring, and Firebind Vessel. Although these mana rocks are efficiently costed, our upgrades are just better. We're also going to take out Pyroclasm and Breath of Dargars. Although these damage spells are efficiently costed, we're bringing in some much more impactful ones. And with some of the other upgrades that we brought in, we can also take out Sudden Demise, Fall of the Titans, and Jaya Venerated Fire Mage. Sudden Demise can just be a bit too specific in certain circumstances. And then Fall of the Titans can be a good finisher, but we've just got some better ones now. And Torbrand is strictly better than Jaya for this deck. And because we upgraded our protection package, we can take out Mask of Law and Grace. And finally, since we upgraded our lands too, we can take out 4 mountains and 2 plains. And now that we've gone through every single card in this deck, let's do a quick price check. A quick reminder that our deck costs are calculated using TCGplayer optimization, optimizing with even heavily played and damaged cards because those cards need a home too. The average Firesong and Sunspeaker EDH rec deck is going to set you back $158.41. Even with all of our upgrades, our deck is still going to be more affordable, coming in at $99.16. Again, the price of this deck is the price that I got for it on the day that I'm recording. If you want to see a breakdown of this deck's cost, check out the link in the description. Keep in mind that prices can and will fluctuate and change over time. But with these deck costs, I want to be as transparent as I possibly can. But with that, our show is coming to a close, and it's my turn to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts on these upgrades are. And make sure you're following us on social media for more updates and sneak peeks on future episodes. Again, a huge thank you to my patrons who help make this show possible. I truly couldn't do any of this without your support. If you want to support this channel directly, consider becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, including being able to vote on future commanders for deck tags. There are even tiers where you get your own personalized deck tag dedicated to you. You can check out all the Patreon tiers and rewards at patreon.com/commandersquarters. If you haven't already, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Here at the Commander's Quarters, we're all about budget commander. So while you're at it, go ahead and check out some of our other types of episodes. And with that, I'm out of here. Thanks again and have a good one.